Well, there it is, the last match of the 25-26 preseason. And I'm not going to lie, it was exciting. We won. But I'm just glad the preseason over. I'm ready to watch Arsenal again at live, competitive matches. I'm ready to see us vie for a title. I'm ready to see us back in Europe. I'm ready to see us in the Cups. I just can't wait for the season, and it's coming next week. So I'm just so excited that preseason is finally over. Hola, Tieros. Welcome back to the channel. And I just wanted to kind of review the game yesterday. As you saw, Arsenal did get the win 3-0. And we had some, there's something to be taken away from it. I came out with a couple of points that I think a lot of fans came out with after watching that game. I think a lot of fans went into the game, I definitely did, wanting to see something different, wanting to see more of what our starting team would look like. And I think we did see that. And I think the results kind of surprised people. I mean, the thing that stands out the most is Miles Lewis-Skelly being on the bench to start the match for Calafiori. Like, surprising. Nani Madueke playing left wing. Unsurprising to, a lot of fans. And, Victor Gyokeres getting on the score sheet. I think it was amazing. I think it was a big boost for the team, the fans, and Victor Gyokeres himself. So, my 3 takeaways, all right? First takeaway, Arsenal can change up. So, as I said with the whole Lewis-Skelly thing, Calafiori is more of a traditional left back. Even though he's a left center back, he's more of a full back than I would say Miles Lewis-Skelly is. Miles Lewis-Skelly is that midfielder. He does more of the inversion. So, I think that starting Calafiori in the game first was kind of interesting. We also saw Ben White on the other side. And, it looked like we kind of stopped the inversion for a while and decided to go back to that kind of 22-23 type ball. And I think it still needs a little bit of work, but it's nice to see that Mikel does have the ability and is showing the ability to kind of switch up. And I think that's one of my criticism of Mikel, his kind of sticking to that rigid system, sticking to inverting on the left, overlapping on the right. And I think that during this preseason game, we saw something a little bit different. We saw something that we had seen before that worked. And, it still looked a little bit sloppy, but I think that it's something that he could have in the vault for moving forward. And I think that's important. I think we need that. I think we need, especially against those low mid-block teams, I don't think our system works, the whole inversion system. I don't think it works against those teams. And sometimes we kind of have to do the chopping and changing. And one thing that I did like is I saw Rice getting forward. I saw Zubimendi getting forward. Zubimendi had the assist for Victor Gyokeres' goal. That's what I like to see. I want to see those guys kind of interchanging and not being married to doing one sort of thing, one sort of tactic. And I think that's how we're going to win games this year. I think just allowing those guys to have a little bit more free roam and a little bit more say and kind of where they go on the pitch. And I think that's what we need. The second bit is Gyokeres will score goals. And it's so fitting the goal he scored. So, you have Zubimendi, the new signing, to Gyokeres, the new signing. But I think the thing that was more like in your face was he scored a header. All you heard this summer is, Gyokeres isn't good at headers. Sesko is better at headers. And lo and behold, his first goal for the Arsenal was a header. I just think that if you want the ball, if you want to score, you will score the ball. Like all this, he's not good at headers stuff. If you want to score, he's a goal scorer. He might not have to score a million headers, but I think he can score goals, and that's what we got him for. Whether they're with his head, his foot, his back, his leg, his ankle, I don't care. As long as he puts his foot or a part of his body on the ball and the ball goes in the back of the net, no one cares. And that's what we need. We need someone like Victor Gyokeres who's going to put that ball in the back of the net. Now, surprisingly enough, he's not the only one scoring goals. Kai Havertz scored a goal as well. And Kai Havertz's goal, I'm not going to lie to you, was amazing. I mean, the touch from Martin Odegaard to get it to Saka, and then Saka to Havertz, and then the finish, he fell over, but it was just a nice finish. Not gonna lie, that is what we need from this team, and I think that's what was missing. Because now that Gyokeres has come in, Havertz has to step up. I can't just be a pedestrian. Now that we've signed Ethan Nwaneri to a long-term contract, Martin Odegaard can't just sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm captain, I'll be good." Like, that's what we need in this team. Martinelli and Madueke. Martinelli can't just have stinker after stinker and then expect, Trossard's going to come on. He's not going to do better than me. Well, now we got Nani Madueke, and that's what we need in this team to be competitive. That's what Liverpool have. If a guy is off, then they can bring someone in. That's what City have. If a guy is off, then we can bring someone in. And that's what we were missing from our team from a lot. Our first 11 was our first 11, and that second 11, there was a huge drop-off. But I think this year, what Arteta and Berta have done in building their team and getting that depth, even with guys like Norgard, coming in, like, we see that people are vying for spots, and I think that makes your team great, and I think it makes the team better overall. And the last kind of takeaway is, I would say the slight negative is our left side still needs addressing. I think that Madueke did okay, but Martinelli, for me, man, I just don't know what's happened to him. I don't know what's happened to Martinelli. He's lost the ability to win a one-on-one. Like, and what strikes me is odd is he kind of looks like how Sterling did. Sterling was doing the same thing last year as well. Like, Sterling couldn't beat anyone one-on-one. And I think that's surprising because it's like, this is what, like, 2 years ago, that's what Martinelli was good for. 2 years ago, that's what Sterling was good for. And now they just don't have it. So is it the system? Have they just lost their ability? Now, with Sterling, I would say he's lost his legs a little bit because he is a little bit older. But Martinelli, I can't understand why Martinelli just can't beat a man. Like, he just can't beat the man in front of him. I don't know if he just needs time away, if he needs a new chapter, if he needs he needs something, because he just looks like the Brazilian talent has disappeared from him. Like, just the talent, period. And with Madueke coming in, as I said, I think that will boost Martinelli's level as well, because he can't just sit around and be a pedestrian anymore. He knows that Nani Madueke is hungry. He has the flair. He wants to put balls in the box. He wants to make a name for himself at Arsenal. He wants to kind of get over that whole negative, stigma with it being an ex-Chelsea player. Like, he wants that. And I think Martinelli has to step up. So that left side is going to be interesting to watch. But yeah, that's the last preseason game. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know what to expect with Old Trafford. Manchester United always play us very hard. They always play us very well. And it doesn't matter how bad they are. They tend to get results. But I think for the first time in a while, I think we're going to go there. And I think we're going to do the business, to be honest. I think we're going to go there. It might not be easy, but I think we'll get the 3 points. I will have a video coming out, match day preview about that. And I'll speak more in depth about kind of what I think was going to happen in that game. But I'm just so excited that preseason is done. Next week, we're back to Arsenal football. We're back at Old Trafford. Hopefully we can win. And, hopefully we have a good season. I'll also be doing a video about what I think will happen in each competition in the season, my expectations, my predictions. So look out for that. As always, like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, concerns, put them down below. And I'll see you guys later. You guys take it easy.